Nuclear is a clean, reliable energy source that could potentially be the energy of the future. Commercial nuclear plants first opened in the 1950s, and now there are over 435 commercial nuclear plants in 31 countries, which provides 11% of the world's energy. In recent years, the plants have been very effective, and there are 70 more plants under construction. There are no carbon emissions, so it's very safe for the environment. However, nuclear power plants risk meltdowns, which result in severe environmental impacts. In a nuclear power plant, water is heated by the splitting of atoms, which is called nuclear fission. Enriched uranium nuclei break into two pieces, which is the source of heat. The heating of the water produces steam, which causes turbines to spin. The turbine is connected to an electromagnet, also known as a generator, which produces energy. 3 Mile Island was the worst commercial nuclear power plant accident in U.S. history. 3 Mile on Unit 2 was the source of the accident. The accident began around 4 a.m. on March 28th of 1979. 3 Mile Island is an island located on the Susquehanna River in the Londonderry Township in Pennsylvania. The nuclear energy power plant first opened on September 2nd of 1974. This animation demonstrates what happened during the failure on the island.
Here's what nuclear experts believe happened in this system. The pump that circulates water through the steam generator and the turbines apparently failed. With the pump out, water couldn't circulate. Pressure built up until a relief valve blew on the turbines. That's where the radiation was released into the atmosphere, but well below any danger level. With that system down, there was no way to draw heat out of the cooling water that circulates through the reactor itself. Again, pressure built up until another relief valve was triggered, this time sending highly radioactive steam throughout the containment building. The loss of pressure in the cooling system automatically shut the reactor down.
The American public was told that radioactive gas was being released and a potential hydrogen explosion could happen. The confusion came from uninformed officials making telephone calls between states and regulatory commissions. In the nearby area, a planned evacuation was scheduled, just in case the worst situation happened. The Pennsylvania Department of Health was worried about radiation effects, primarily cancer, and maintained a register of 30,000 people in the 5-mile radius surrounding the island for the next 18 years. It was lifted in 1997 after no health irregularities were discovered. The only health effect that was discovered was psychological stress from the accident. The American public felt lied to. They felt the government was hiding things from them. And Jimmy Carter, the president at the time, began to call this the U.S. confidence crisis. The people of America doubted that their futures would be better, that they were earning money for their children to have a better future. They were losing faith in their government, their morals, and the American dream that built this country from the beginning. And that is what Jimmy Carter addressed in the Crisis of Confidence speech that he delivered.
The threat is nearly invisible in ordinary ways. It is a crisis of confidence. It is a crisis that strikes at the very heart and soul and spirit of our national will. We can see this crisis in the growing doubt about the meaning of our own lives and in the loss of a unity of purpose for our nation.
3 Mile Island will be remembered because the government lied to the people. It lied to the people about health effects, what was going on, and the actual result. And that is why 3 Mile Island will stay with America forever. This interview with Harvey Wasserman actually shows how the government did lie to the people and did cover up the impacts of 3 Mile Island.
Harvey, welcome to Democracy Now! On this eve of the 30th anniversary of 3 Mile Island, what do you think it's most important for people to understand? There's some people listening right now who weren't even born in 1979.
What's important to understand is that people were killed in this accident. The nuclear industry continues to spread the lie that no one was harmed. In fact, nobody knows how much radiation escaped from 3 Mile Island. Nobody knows where it went. And nobody knows what the impact was. I went into the central Pennsylvania area a year after the accident, and I conducted dozens of interviews with people who were clearly harmed by the radiation from the accident. There were cancers, leukemias, birth defects, stillbirths, hair loss, unexplained lesions, rashes, It was like being in the middle of a post-Hiroshima nightmare. And the reality is that the nuclear industry continues to deny that anyone was harmed, and all the serious indicators show that, in fact, people were harmed.
3 Mile Island is incredibly significant in U.S. history because it is a time when the U.S. government lied to the people about health impacts that directly affect where people live and behave. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.